He's a town. Smoke, 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 smoke. I just caught one.
What's going on, man? Welcome to the Yeah Podcast. I am your host, Mouthpiece, with the Yeah, you heard me? And welcome to today's show, man. Alright, I'm sure y'all seen the title, but y'all, somebody sent me this information last night. And I wasn't really in a position to make a video on it. And several other YouTubers have already made videos on this situation. But we're gonna talk about it anyway, man. So last night or yesterday, the rapper from the Migos, Offset, was shot, and some reports are saying the stomach, some reports are saying the leg, some reports are saying the ass. And those reports are also saying that Lil Tjay is the culprit in this situation. So let's kind of go back a little bit and see why people feel this way. So Offset and Tjay have been into an ongoing online feud for a little while now. And basically it stems behind Tjay loaning Offset some money, reportedly 10,000, and Offset not paying it back. Now, it has been going around the internet that Offset is a habitual gambler. And this ain't the first time or the only time that he's done that to somebody. If you go and look at Selena Powell's timeline, she has also had this issue with Offset. And she told a story about Offset calling her and asking her how much money she had in her safe. She said like 15 racks. He was like, bring it. And she brought it to the casino for him and gave it to him. And so far, he has not paid her back. Now, I'm going to tell y'all what this is, man. Offset was playing bully ball with certain people, man. That's what the hell going on here. Nobody think Lil Tjay could do anything with Offset, especially not with them hands. And you know, I wouldn't be surprised if nobody really think Tjay got any kind of screed in him. I don't know nothing about it. Never listened to his music or nothing like that, so I don't know. Selena Powell, of course, he tried to bully her too and talk big shit to her. And this, what this is all about, y'all. This is Offset playing bully ball, because we don't hear any reports of him doing this to anybody that got any kind of street rep. At least I haven't anyway. So he's doing this to people who he feel like he can bully. Okay? Sometimes in life, the bully get his ass kicked. You know, eventually the bully get his ass kicked. And I think that could have been possibly what happened here. Now, y'all, I know everybody's saying, well, Tjay was arrested for this incident. Well, reports say that there were 2 people arrested for this incident. And the reports don't say that Lil Tjay was one of them. Now, in light of that, I went kind of searching on the internet, you know, and I've watched everybody's videos about this situation. And actually, according to Lil Tjay's lawyer, he has not been arrested or charged in this crime. And for the record, academics came out and said that Lil Tjay had got shot too. He has not been shot. And this is the official post that Don Florio, Tjay's lawyer, posted. And I'm going to read it for y'all. We are issuing this release in regards to false rumors that Lil Tjay was involved in a shooting which occurred at the valet area of the Seminole Hard Rock, Hollywood, which resulted in a non-threatening injuries to Offset, formerly a member of Migos. Lil Tjay has not been shot, nor has Lil Tjay been charged with any shooting. Any reporting to the contrary is false. We encourage people to consult trusted news sources and to verify the accuracy of any reporting before reflexively sharing or repeating baseless rumors. Signed, Don M. Florio. So, this is an ongoing thing on the internet. A lot of vloggers hear a report and they automatically jump to conclusions. And a lot of times we are false until the information come out. So regardless of what everybody on YouTube is saying, right now I kind of got to go by what Don Florio is saying. And to me, that means that TJ has not been charged with this shooting. Now there is a video showing an altercation at the casino, and everybody's saying that's Lil Tjay on the ground being arrested. Y'all, I've watched that video, and I have not been able to identify nobody in that video. You know, nobody. So sometimes we got to slow down and just kind of wait for the information to come out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not calling them false neither because I don't know. We all don't know. But before I go by what a YouTuber say, I'll go by what the lawyers say. I do believe that Offset and TJ had an altercation. In my opinion. I do not believe that Lil Tjay shot Offset. Now, one of TJ's entourage may have shot Offset. But I don't think Lil Tjay did it. But report is Lil Tjay was getting his ass whooped by Offset, which is kind of to be expected. Y'all, this kind of reminds me of the King Von situation. I've always felt like in that situation, King Von underestimated that crew, you know. And right here, right now, I think Offset is lucky. He caught a leg shot. Now, don't just say leg shot, because we got to remember the comedian from Dallas, Roy Lee, took a leg shot and ended up dying from it. So I hope Offset get well. I'm not wishing that on him at all. But what I'm saying is, just because somebody don't have street rep, and just because they don't have, you know, a thug credit, don't mean that they won't shoot the fuck out you or get in your ass. You know? Anybody, in my opinion, has the ability to shoot and kill someone. Anybody. Don't matter who they is. They could be the most pussy motherfucker on the bar. That don't mean he won't pull that trigger. That's easy to do. So, you niggas gotta stop trying to bully people and think that niggas is soft and weak and bitches because you don't know anything about they rep. You know? Straight up like that. That's my take on it, man. We'll see what happens as more information comes out. But that's my take on it. Now, the second thing I want to get into right quick is the little information that came out on the Pooh Shiesty case. Now, Big 30 was offered $100,000 bail by the judge, and the feds swooped in and said, "Nah, we don't want him out right now." So they blocked the bail. Y'all, eventually 30 is going to get bail. I think out of all 9 of these people that's locked up for this crime, 30 probably going to be the one that either don't get no time or get the smallest amount of time. First of all, we have to understand that we're talking about the feds. And when you're talking about the feds, you are talking about a point system. Now, where that point system begins, because I've been to the feds, is with your criminal history. Now, 30 has had a gun charge that has been expunged off his record. Other than that, he ain't got nothing but some traffic tickets. He don't have a record. He don't have a history of doing any crimes. You know what I'm saying? Now, do I believe he was some kind of way culpable in this and he knew what was going on? Yes. But that intent is going to be hard to prove. You know, people trying to say, oh, well, 30 was blocking the door. I still think that's going to be hard to prove, even if they got video of him physically pushing that door shut, his big ass. I believe, personally, that that's going to be hard to prove for them. So I believe 30 going to be home soon. And I don't believe that they're going to be able to block this bail for much longer. Y'all, we got to remember this is a robbery, a kidnapping, an assault. They got a bunch of damn charges. And all he got was $100,000 bail. Judge know he can make that bail. So I don't think the Fed's going to be able to block Big 30 much longer from getting out. And I think Big 30 is the safest out of this whole damn bunch. I think he is the safest person, the most likely person to come home and not do no time out of this whole bunch. So let's just see what happens, man, because I think he's safe. I think Pooh Shiesty dad might be somewhat safe. And I believe anybody who actually didn't do anything physical, didn't pull out a gun, didn't threaten nobody, should be safe in this case. But I think Pooh is fucked. Pooh fucked. You know, a lot of people are coming out and saying, well, they might beat this case because Gucci not going to testify. So now the word is coming out that Gucci not going to testify. Y'all, I'm going to say it like this. Even if Gucci don't testify, it was 2 other people got robbed, that's probably going to testify. You know? Now, they may testify for Gucci, just for Gucci to not have to get on the stand and be able to save face. But somebody testifying in this case. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all do realize that if Gucci or nobody testifies in this case and Pooh walk free, then he walks free from Gucci too. There was no coercion. There was no threatening contract signing. And that would make Pooh the biggest goddamn rapper in the world. Because to the public eyes, we all know he did this shit. We all know he did this shit. So if he come home, he gonna be the biggest slime on earth. Straight up. And Gucci gonna have to sit back and watch this nigga make tens and millions of dollars for somebody else because he ain't want to put his pride on the line about his check. Y'all, that sounds stupid as hell. Now, I get it from the street perspective. I'm from the streets. I'm not in the streets. I'm not a street nigga. I'm from the streets, though. I get it from that perspective. But Gucci be a damn fool if he let that boy walk like that. Straight up. Straight up. Anyway, man, that's the show for today. I'm Mouthpiece with the Yeah. Like and subscribe to the channel if you like the content. If you don't like the content, hit the thumbs down. It is what it is, man. I enjoy doing this, and I do it for y'all. Anyway, I'm gone.